Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to a best of 9. Yes, you heard that right, a best of 9, potentially 9 games here between Hero and Beyond. Starting off on Abyssal Reef, in which we have a sneaky little probe here. Sneaking away on the left side of the map. What are you up to, buddy? What are you doing? Oh, look at everyone. I'm not sure if this was supposed to be a scout, or if this was supposed to be a, a sneak in here. Either way, it's actually going to pull. It's going to be both. Look at that. It's going to actually function as both. Beautiful maneuvering here with this probe. It's going to force Reaper back home. Oh. Hiding the fact that he has a second Reaper plus Hellion. Clears that probe. And now it's going to bait the Adept Shade. What an insane bait here out of Beyond. Absolutely phenomenal play. It's going to deal a lot of damage against that first Adept. Still is in a little bit. It's in quite a bit of trouble here. So that was nice bait. But this is like baiting a shark in and then being surprised that these guys are strong. This is the equivalent of smacking a crocodile on the head with your canoe paddle, then being surprised when he eats your leg. Because yeah, 2 Adepts against 2 Reapers and a Hellion, not necessarily the greatest look here for our good friend Beyond, who now pretty much has gotten scouted as well. Hero has seen everything, is fully aware as to what is kicking off. He's going to chase this Reaper. This Reaper was bait. So we have a lot of baiting going on over here. And a lot of leg chomping as well. We're now going to see if Beyond is going to be capable of actually, reeling this fish in or not. He's going to move out. He's going to move in. Tank on the low ground? Yes, tank on the low ground. Hero moving in position to deal with this. Is already aware of it. This can shoot the probes, by the way, especially on these. I think it can reach 2 patches from here, maybe 3. We have more Marines now moving across the map. Second barracks going down only just now. Second tank is already out. What is killing probes? Oh, it must be this tank, right. Is that a Banshee? No, it's a Viking. Okay, so Viking's gonna show up as well. Blink is finishing up in a couple of seconds from now. Oh, another probe gets one shot over here. Here comes the shade moving in. That's a weird shade if he finishes that, because it's achieving absolutely nothing. Blink has finished up. 4 more Marines, a tank and a Viking show up. This tank's going to be in a lot of trouble. Might even die here. No, it's going to get picked up just in time. Medevac's going to get sniped. How's the control here on the pickup? There's no control on the pickup. Medevac gets sniped as well. Couple of Stalkers go down. Viking on the ground actually pushing out a lot of damage. Also there with 1 kill. As these Stalkers are going to get pushed back. No more tank, no more medevacs, and that means that kiting forever is just going to be a very powerful tool here in the hands of heroes. Getting 2 more Stalkers as well. We have more units now moving across, which is quite frankly surprising. I had not expected that quite. Hero behind all of this, actually on quite a low worker count as well. Yes, does have 3 bases. Has a lot of mineral mining as well, but low infrastructure. Okay, let's face it. 3 gateways, no forge. Do we even have a robotics? Okay, we do have a robotics facility, but no prison here. Gonna get an attack in fort, but tank on the high ground, plus tank on the low ground. So, I think Beyond managed to, solve these issues before they really became issues. Preempting them, if anything. We're now gonna get a jump into the main base. It means that a couple of workers are going to fall here, because Beyond didn't completely preempt this blink in. Yes, he had covered honestly quite a bit here, but not his own main mineral line, and that means that 6 SCVs will end up falling. It's going to put Hero in a much more comfortable position. At the same time, this Viking on the other side gets 3 worker kills as well. Of course, this is a very positive trade overall here for Hero, who I think only ends up losing a single Stalker. Is gonna, kill more workers as well, and it's easier for Protoss to produce workers than this for Terran. So, yeah, good trades here for Hero. Overall, though, not so sure how much I love his position. Has taken quite a bit of damage early on. Still does not have any upgrades coming in. Is working off of pure zealots, most likely, because he's currently only on 2 gases. So he's going to move into a gateway count of 7 plus 2, make that 9. Ooh, this prism goes down. That is a big minus here. Oi, oi, oi. A very big minus. That is the opposite of the Swiss flag there, my friend. It is not what we want. Because now there's no counterattack possibility, which means you can actually rally straight across the map. So every 20 was it, every 20, 30 seconds, you're just going to get another 10 supply in this push, which usually you wait until you have like 20 supply at home or so, then you fly it across with your next set of medeffects, but now it's going to arrive much quicker. That means that this push has a little bit more sustain. No combat shield quite yet though. Could be frustrating, but these zealots, don't forget, have no upgrades. That also once again means that this is fairly all-in out of hero, despite being the defending player. That sounds weird, but it is correct. Here comes a mine shot. Actually connects with a lot of these zealots. Lots of these boys in the early stages of the yellow health right now. Here comes a flank. We're gonna go for a drop in the natural. I love this. I really do love this. Beyond just giving up this low ground position, it says, hey, what I'm gonna do instead is I'm just gonna kill some workers here in the main. And I'm gonna be in a position which is going to be tough to break for you as well. Another prism is gonna get taken out here. Marine still without combat shield. Concussive shells finishing up right in this moment. We see a minor trade out here as Bian walks away with a massive victory after this battle. Huge wins here on Abyssal Reef so far for Bian, who is just now starting his third base, by the way, has heavily been focusing on producing units. And so although you could say, well, his eco isn't that great compared to hero, the real banger here is the lack of upgrades for hero, the lack of tech for hero, because it's not just upgrades that you need, you also need tech, a robotics facility, storm, any type of splash. Once these bio numbers go above 130, 140 supply, you get mine counts that are higher than 3. Like, you're going to need something else, okay? Pure Zealot is not going to cut it. Hero here has a dark spot in his main base. He did not prepare for that. As a result, it's going to force out a bit of a recall here and losing 5 workers at the same time. Fort base hasn't even started yet either here for Hero. So Hero's economy also isn't even going to be that great the moment this third CC ends up landing. Now we're going to get an attack here on the low ground. Beyond does need to be careful. A lot of his army isn't here. At least that's what it feels like. It feels like it's relatively low supply. Of course, still has 2 medeffects. They're going to redrop into the main base. Hero is kind of splitting here. But he's not ready. He's not ready for the drop in the main base once more. And here come the Marines and the Marauders will take out these Zealots. Could still go for a pickup here as well. I mean, these Zealots are never going to connect. At the same time, we have the push moving in forward. Immortal on the high ground is at least dealing some damage. These Stalkers are not having a good time against the Marauders, let me tell you. But, extra damage to armored of the Marauders is pushing out quite a bit. Quite a bit indeed. Enjoy blinking into this with your Stalkers to try and catch it. I would not recommend it. 5 probes going down as Bian is putting on the pressure, has +2 attack on the way, +1 armor finally finishing up as well. This is the third or the fourth prism, the third prism that goes down. We have a bunch of Vikings preempting a Colossus switch that is never gonna come. As a result, a lot of this army is actually fairly far into the orange, because there's not enough medavacs to heal, which is funny. Bian not realizing that there actually was no risk of any splash units coming out. Ghost Academy has finished up as well, by the way. So, I mean, we're really waiting for the fatal blow, but Hero is already bleeding out, okay? He's on the floor. Like, there's blood coming out of his arms, out of his legs. Okay, he can't walk anymore. Right now, Bian is doing his villain speech, but I don't think this villain is going to be caught by some nasty tricks here from our Protoss protagonist. I don't think so. Bian right now is explaining to him exactly how he did it in detail, you know, how he tricked him again and again. And here is the final blow, I believe. We still have a little bit of a flank, but mines are gonna clear that, at least with the majority of that. Now all we really have is a bunch of force fields and 3 immortals. I don't think that's going to be good enough. Double drop heading back into the main base once more. It is a constant ping-ponging with these drops just between the bases. And although Hero only has 3, it feels like he can't really secure even one of them properly. So Bian actually is going to get pushed back, starts his 4th base, sensor tower as well, +3, +2. We're going to be in a situation where it's up 2 upgrades, +2 attack against 0 armor, especially when fighting heavy Zealot forces, is not a great look. It's a pretty bad look even. But I am impressed with Hero's ability to stay alive, kind of hang in there. His plot armor is a bit thicker than I thought it initially was. As here comes the first EMP, and I mean, I'm pretty sure that Bian could target down these rocks while being attacked by Hero's army, and he still would absolutely destroy his opponent. Yeah, he has so much damage output right now, and Hero really has nothing. He just has nothing of real value in this army. There's a couple of Immortals, but there's no buffer for them. There's a Zealot run-by that is trying to deal a bit of damage, but these Marines with +2 are just absolutely murdering them. Dropping the main base comes back in as well, and Hero will be forced into tapping out right now the moment his first Purification Nova lands on a single Marauder. GG gets called indeed. And there we go, 1-0 in favor of Beyond. Impressive victory out of Beyond there in game number 1. It's always nice to see the number 10 take on the number 4. Beyond currently ranked 10 in the world, Hero number 4. So theoretically, you know, Hero should be favored here. So, ooh! Oh, people do this so often against Hero, and Hero's just waiting for it, okay? He's just out there, dangling his probe into mineral lines. Waiting for the SSC. He does it again. This time it's not fast enough. The thing is, though, is that he knew he was going to lose his probe anyway. Reaper was going to come out. He was locked in. It's like, hey, if I can force a little bit of lost mining time out of this, it might actually be kind of worth it. And you know what? Kind of agree with the guy there. The depth's going to start here for Hero. Getting Warp Gate. Wait a little bit with that, though. And he does not have a wall. This is actually a really sucky situation here for Hero. If you don't have a Reaper wall, you're playing against a double gas. Especially in the case of like a triple Reaper, double Hellion, or I've seen 5 Reaper, like triple Hellion, that type of stuff. It can be really hard to deal with. Okay, he's gonna go for a Stargate, which I think is the correct play. Now, whenever Hero plays Stargate, where most Protoss players prefer opening with Phoenixes, I've actually seen Hero open a lot with Oracle. And I'm a fan of it. It allows him to be aggressive on the map. It allows him a lot of scouting as well. Phoenixes are quite expensive, often difficult to defend stuff with. So yeah, I'm curious to see how he's going to be using everything and whether it's going to actually be the case. He could still be playing Phoenix as well, of course, but I just haven't seen him do that as much as of late. I've seen him play some like crazy triple or even quadruple Oracle openers against Terran and just trying to do a lot of damage with that. So let's see if that's okay. It's going to be 1 Oracle at least. That's a start and a half. Follow-up here is going to be Reaper, Hellion for Beyond. So pretty much as expected. It's going to be a pretty heavy early attack. Now this would be a huge issue here for Hero. Look at this. And the start of this fight is going to go bad for Hero as well. Like this adept is freaking toast. There's no battery here. Ideally, Beyond doesn't know this, but ideally Beyond ignores this adept and just kind of sacrifices on probe. Because right now what's going to happen, it's going to clear like 1, maybe 2 adepts. It's going to lose everything. It's going to deal no real damage to the economy, which is the only thing that you really want. So let's take a look here at the resources lost. 418 to 175. The player that invested a lot of early game economy into dealing damage has not dealt any damage yet. He's now going to go in. Ooh, Hellion's actually going to be capable of running by. He's going to get at least 1 kill. Perhaps a second one here is possible too. Yep, there we go. Does get taken out, and then a probe pool will clear this Hellion. So Beyond still kind of squeezing water out of stone, to be honest. Because this one Hellion should not be capable of dealing more damage than the 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions that also hit earlier. But you know, sometimes those things do end up happening. Hero now is going to go into the main base a little bit too late. A Cyclone plus Viking is out already. It's going to show up here with a second Oracle as well as 2 Adepts. This is what, 6 Marines? This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good for Hero here whatsoever. I don't believe it. This is a cute start of things. But by the time you manage to kind of chew through those Marines, the Viking plus Cyclone shows up. And you knew there was a Cyclone. You knew there was a Viking because you saw it earlier with your Oracle already. Now, this Oracle is actually going to come back in. It's going to get a kill. Maybe a second one. No, just 1 kill. Where's that Viking of Beyond? It's going to go to the left side. This will have to be a recall. Without a recall, it might just die. Okay, recall is available. Yeah, this portion of the trade I wasn't quite as happy with. Losing an Oracle, losing a lot of energy. Does get a scout, of course, which is nice. Sees the fast 3rd CC. So there's a little bit of info that gets gathered. But you could have gathered that in different ways as well. This wasn't the only manner in which you could do that. So overall, I feel like Hero's position now is worse than like a minute and a half ago. But it is still completely fine. He has the information that there is a 3rd CC. He can be pumping probes until he can't pump no more. Double eBay for Beyond. And the thing you want to pay attention to if you're a Protoss player, this is a fat tip for all you, fat tip for the Protoss players out there. Okay, take that notebook out, that pencil, take it out of your butt, and write this down. All right. Stim takes 100 seconds. So if you see barracks number 2 and number 3 not done yet, basically what you can do is you can just always add at least 100 seconds for the stim. Okay, you don't have to know like how long a barracks takes or how long a tech lab takes, but just be like, okay, I'm gonna have at least a minute and a half of like me time. You know, I can relax. I can do what I like to invest my time in for a while. You know, I don't have to think about the kids. I want to be building some Colossus. You know, you can throw it on your Robobay. You can almost get a Colossus out. You know, that is a fine thing to do if you see that stim is that late. Okay, you can get to the work account that you've always dreamt of as a kid as well, you know? Maybe now it's time to invest into that childhood dream of yours, you know? Because you just have the time. You have freaking 100 seconds. If the barracks isn't done yet, there's a tech lab not ready for it yet either. Boy, we're really looking into like the 2 minutes, you know? You have 2 entire minutes to do whatever you want. You can be throwing down a freaking fort base, you know? Set it up. Hell yeah. Let's go, man. Boom, get some tech at it. Templar Archives, 3 Templar with Storm, boom. Now you're ready for that push. So Hero just a lot of time here, kind of in the time bank. Is gonna clear and medevac a couple of units. There's a bunch of stasis. I'm gonna say a bunch, I mean 1. I'm not sure if Beyond is aware of this. There's actually a decent chance he's gonna fully walk into it, but no. He's gonna scan and clear it. This is a serious attack, so where I was thinking like defensive timings, Hero is thinking, wait a second, I have 2 minutes before he has stim. Maybe I can hit just after his stim finishes. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but it is what Hero is doing here, and I don't mind it personally. Yeah, I think he has very solid supply. He's gonna come from 2 sides. He believes there's going to be tanks here. We'll first send these in, charge finishing up. Some random depots. Oh, this is gonna be a beautiful attack. Oh, this should just be straight game over, right? Absolutely. Beautiful stuff here. Very, very good attack coming out of Hero. It's going to be getting a decent trade on this end and a great trade up here. This was the real attack. You know, he was really keeping his opponent just busy with these stalkers, and now he's gonna come in here. It's gonna snipe some medevacs extra. It's only Marauders left in the orange, in the red, in the yellow. And that means that Beyond is going to be losing game number 2 as he's down 20 workers. First Colossus is already on the way out. Actually, it's already moving across the map. Second Colossus is on the way out already. GG gets called as Hero ties up the score. Beyond here sticking with his beliefs. Never change a winning team, even if that team doesn't win. So really just never change the team. You're always good. Playing for Beyond's team, you're fine. If he picks you in the first place, you're staying in, buddy. Because it's once again a 2-gas. And if we were to judge 2-gas kind of on the spectrum of passive to aggressive, you know, it's a fat line from the left to the right, with passive on the far left and aggressive on the far right. Then I think we're somewhere like 85% on the right towards aggressive. You know, we made some good progress on that line for sure when it comes to 2-gas. You know, it's not the craziest build. This is not a 1-base all-in. This is not a proxy Marauder or a proxy Marine opener, but you know, it's in the neighborhood. It's in the neighborhood, and we saw what happened in that last game where, you know, Beyond had some okay trades overall in the early game, but he didn't kill Eco. And if you don't kill Eco and you just have good trades from like a resources lost perspective, they're not actually good trades. You know, you always need to put a trade in context. If you're giving up your entire economy to deal a little bit of damage to your opponent, that is generally not a very good trade. You need to deal a lot of damage to your opponent if you want to, you know, give up your entire economy. And what we saw in the last game was Beyond, you know. He was taxing himself there heavily and not really getting that payoff. Like 2 worker kills is not enough. It just isn't. And here we go. Double Reaper is jumping in. See if we can get anything done. This is a nice little sequence here. jumping into the natural base, into the main. And it's going to get at least one worker. Good control on that first Reaper, moving it away. This control is absolutely phenomenal. Really, really well done here. Great stuff. It's going to get 3 worker kills, full scout as well. And these worker kills are achieved relatively early. This was done with just a double Reaper single Hellion. That means there's still a possibility of a follow-up. So you can go into like tank attacks. You can, because you have relatively fast reactor. Like you're not using that reactor to build, you know, a couple of extra Reapers either. So you basically have 4 more Marines with this build than what we saw previously. The follow-up is going to be a single mine. I think it's going to be a single mine drop into a tank push. That is what I feel like. And I would have loved for Beyond not to necessarily chase this so far. He's going to lose 2 Marines for the price of an adept. He's instantly going to pick up and go across the map. He will fly through Watchtower Vision. It's going to net him maybe a probe kill, but also it's going to net Hero a lot of information. Hero, by the way, who's playing Robotics Facility. This is a build order or an opener that we don't see. We just don't see it, or hardly see it. There are 2 players that I am aware of that like playing this. One of them is Hero, the other one is Skillless. No one else enjoys playing Robo in the current metagame. It's so freaking hard to deal with medevac harass, but Hero here is managing to do it relatively easily even as he follows this up with Charge. We now have a Liberator on the way and a second tank. Losing that medevac is extremely expensive here for Beyond. Because not only was that a medevac that, you know, allows you to heal and pick up your tanks, fly them across the map, there also were a couple of Marines in there, which really would have boosted this incoming push, which now I'm not even sure is happening anymore. The plan was most definitely to go for a push, but right now we're just seeing second barracks, third barracks on the way as well, Liberator going across the map. We still have Stalkers in the main, so I think you should actually hide those right now. I think you really should try to hide those. Pretend like you're not here. That is, I think, what you should be doing at this point. Move back a little bit. Don't show until your opponent sieges up. Okay, you show. Now all of a sudden, you know, you're going to be in some trouble. You don't have Blink. It's going to be annoying to deal with. Third base is on the way already. Templar Archives is the follow-up. We saw... ooh, there's a fast Storm Rush here coming out of Hero. Doing this of a gate count of 4. 4 gate, Storm, Immortal. Okay. I'm kind of seeing where this is going. Now, there's going to be a very, very large timing window. This is not even a window anymore. The entire wall has been removed. That is how big this window is, okay? Like, ah, nice. A little bit of fresh air here, yeah. Because we only have 3 walls in this house. That is what's happening here, okay? Huge window for Hero in which you can deal damage with the storms, okay? So he can really do whatever he wants with this. There's no Viking out. There's no Cyclone out. We don't have a mine. We don't have a very high Marine count either. And even if he did, that freaking sucks against Storm. So we could go for a unit-focused approach or we could go for a worker-focused approach. Now, what would I prefer here? I don't actually know. I think what you do is you just kind of take what you can get. Okay, you shouldn't be too picky in this particular case. I think you just clear whatever. You're gonna have another flying pre-stim as well. Oh, that's good damage. 7 worker kills, a couple in the red as well. Could always come back for that. Same time, I think the Liberator did get taken out. Oh no, actually, it's still alive. It is still alive. And now, oh, Hero's not gonna get any damage on that. Archon Morph. That is a weird move to follow this up with, but you know what? Sometimes weird is okay. Absolutely. 2 more medevacs on the way. It's Archon moving towards the top. 3rd CC is gonna fly over as well. Oh, this is a serious move out, eh? Oh, this is a serious move out. Gonna boost this towards the bottom side. Vision for Hero is impeccable. I just don't really see how Beyond is ever planning on taking this 3rd base. I understand he's gonna send over units, but... Ooh. I like that. The best defense is a good offense, but while you're doing your offense, you're also gonna need a defense, and I think Beyond kind of forgot about that part. He does have 2 tanks in position. Woo! Huge cancel. What a blunder here by Hero. Huge mistake. That Zealot Warping being cancelled was actually massive. This double drop also did not end up getting spotted. Yes, it did get spotted by the observer, but Hero had his eyes closed for a little bit. Enjoying the moment, living in the now, not in the future. That Marine Marauder drop, that's a worry for tomorrow. It was a worry for today as well, let me tell you. Lots and lots of damage here being dealt. 18 workers end up falling. That brings the worker counts here to 42 against 36. So, who is winning right now is the question. I'd say Beyond is in a pretty darn decent spot. He has 1-1 upgrades. He has a big army. A really sizable force here, really. Can't remember, yeah, Marauders can fit through that, no problem. He has the Ghost Academy. Production is okay at 4 barracks. A weird number. Oh, 5, of course. Okay, there we go. That was just an odd number. Upgrades for Hero, not necessarily brilliant. Does not have Blink, which means dealing with this type of threat is going to be difficult. Hero attacks his own pylon. A show of dominance there. What do we have here? We have a Templar, 71 energy. 74 energy. Here comes a storm. Here comes a storm. Here comes a storm. The storm comes. No. Okay, back in the prison. Could use the energy, but no. Guess Hero is busy focusing on this while we were focusing at the front. Now comes the storm. Single Zealot is not going to be good enough, and I think that is just going to be it. Beyond once again, with that very fast ping-ponging in between the bases with the drop play, is gonna net himself a victory here in game number 3 as well. It's going to put him ahead in this series. With a 2-1 score, as Hero is still figuring out how to press the enter button and then type the GG. Because, boy, this game is over. Like, the moment you're even in bases as a Protoss against a Terran player, and you don't have a major tech advantage, you're usually going to be in some serious trouble. Okay? It is not okay. It is not okay. We have so many units here. The Storm versus EMP is going to be a tough battle. You're going to need something else. And you're going to need a lot of it. And I don't think that is happening anymore in this game. Gonna have a kind of like a side drop here coming in and an interesting maneuver. We still don't have Blink, by the way, so all of these medevacs can just kind of boost out forever, if I'm not mistaken. There we go, good chase there with the Prism. Hero's actually the one that wants to attack here, and I kind of dig that because, you know, he actually is in some trouble. So if you can go for an attack, maybe you kill like 30, 40 workers, your opponent has like a cardiac arrest and stops controlling his units, you know. All of a sudden, we're kind of back into the game here. As Storms actually are connecting relatively well. Army supply for Hero feeling okay. Double Archon being morphed in. Here comes an EMP on top of that. As the Templar does get sniped. We have one more EMP on top of the Prism, which already had no shields remaining. But this is just going to be it. As Beyond stutter steps in forward, Immortals are gonna get cleared here as well. And we'll be heading into game number 4. In our 4th game, we have a bit of a wall here. Hero not wanting to fall trap to the same stuff that he fell for in game number 3. Those Reapers and Hellions, you know, pew pew, killing some stuff. He says not again. Actually had a fake proxy as well, which didn't really achieve a whole lot. Except maybe get out a sentry. It's gonna be Stalker, Sentry into late Stargate, which is an interesting setup. Look at this. Guardian Shield here is being utilized. I feel like maybe Beyond could have actually committed a little bit harder here. Okay, he's gonna commit right now. He's gonna clear a Sentry. He's going to clear the Stalker. This is worth it. This is absolutely worth it. It is a worthy play, I believe. Because now, what the main power of this build is that as a Protoss player, you're getting full information with your hallucination without having to show your hand. You don't have to actually show that you're playing Phoenixes. And it means you can often bait things like medevac drops in. You can bait in like maybe Banshees. And if you have some type of detection ready, you're going to be fine. You can play like Phoenix into Oracle, that type of jazz. So Hero right now isn't in a bad position, but he's very blind. And that could be bad, okay? It could be bad, because if this Banshee comes in and there's no observer ready, then all of a sudden we're looking at like 6, 7, 8 worker kills. That's game. Like it's over. Like right in that moment. However, if this Banshee goes in too early, pre-cloak, flies into 4 Phoenixes, then this observer comes out from the robotics facility, all of a sudden we're looking at that situation as well. It's not that bad. That's kind of playable. We're 10 seconds away. Bjorn is gonna fly in right now, in vision of this pylon. Okay, here we go. Phoenixes are gonna move on over. Cloaking field completes, and there we go. Starts to cloak instantly. Battery starts as well. We're gonna get a full pool away. Instant response here out of Bjorn. Phenomenal stuff. Really well executed. Really well executed. Or sorry, out of Hero. Bjorn here is going to lose this Banshee. Battery will complete. Battery in the natural will also complete. Now, you might wonder, why would you build batteries if you already have the observer plus the Phoenixes? And the reason for that is very simple, is that it allows your Phoenixes to move on the map. If you don't build this battery, your Phoenixes for the next 5 minutes are going to be looking around the map for a Banshee. They're going to be hunting Banshees. What if there is no second Banshee? Then you're just hunting something that doesn't exist. So with these 2 batteries, you ensure that you can move out safely on the map. And that's exactly what's happening here. And that allows you to go for this type of play. Look at that. Beautiful stuff here. 4 or 5 Marines instantly going down. Only allowed because of these batteries. So the batteries, they seem like a waste, but they allowed for this move, which had a huge return on the investment. Huge return on investment. Robo Bay now coming in. This is an absolutely bonkers follow-up, by the way. He has a 3rd base out, but he's going for Forge, Twilight, Robo Bay, Immortal, all at the same time. He's legitimately just building one of everything. He's gonna get like 3 Zealots. He has Phoenixes. Add in an Oracle or 2. Colossus, Disruptor, why not? We're here anyway. Throw in an Immortal. Boom. There you go, baby. Now we're talking. This was all done off of a blind start for Hero. But yeah, his position in this game is fairly decent. Bjorn is going into a 5 Rex. Let's see if Hero can scout this. I don't think he got the info there. Now, it was pretty darn close, but not close enough. I mean, you don't always have to see exactly what's going on. Sometimes just seeing the lack of something is big enough. So not seeing a 3rd base starting quite yet, just always is going to mean the same thing. That this is a very committed, dedicated push out coming out of Beyond. And whether that's of 3 or 5 racks, doesn't even matter so much here for Hero. Because the response should be similar. Okay, I don't think you want a 4th base yet, although I've seen games in which a 4th base actually really helps. So imagine Hero building a 4th base right now that could allow him to give up this position or a position over here that is attacking his 3rd base and saying, oh, I actually don't need this 3rd base. You know, I can wait a little bit longer. I'm outmining you by what, 600-700 minerals a minute right now. And as long as I keep 1 base extra, as long as I have 3 bases versus 2, I'm going to keep that income advantage, and every second that goes by is going to be a great second. I don't actually want to fight in that case. We're going to see a forced siege up here out of Beyond. He's going to be forced into sieging up. Charge has finished up. We have 5 tanks. 2 of them will get taken out here fairly early. Good hallucinations. And don't forget, there are no medevacts here. This is a Viking tank Marine push. It's a build that looks, smells, and really just isn't all in. You have 2 SCVs now coming across, maybe wanting to add in some more turrets here. You have 4 tanks. Ooh, Hero does need to be careful because his Vikings are not in position to actually help out. Oh, sorry, his Phoenix aren't in position to help out. Now he's going to come in. He's going to clear a lot of these tanks as this Colossus actually will get busted as well. This is kind of scary here, but new Colossus comes in with the thermal lance and shoot honestly the GG gets called. Hero ties it up once more. Game 5 starts out a little bit different from both sides. This time it's Hero with the 2 gas opener. Cybercore 123. So standard gate timing, 15 or 16 gate. It's gonna open up with a Zealot, low ground pylon, single gas for Beyond. He's even skipping the first Marine. It's kind of cute. So CC before Marine because he wasn't getting scout, and he said, hey, you know what, buddy? If you're not gonna scout me, then I don't need a fast Marine to, deny your scout, because you don't have it anyway. Marine into factory, into reactor is going to be the play here. And I'm starting to wonder. I am really starting to wonder what the hell Hero is doing. So he started a Zealot, then cancelled the Zealot. Now is chronoing out a Sentry. It's going to be a Sentry into Stargate again, isn't it? It is just going to be that same build. Or maybe Sentry into Twilight is also a possibility. So the thing is that if you can deny scouting out of your opponent and you're always opening up with a Sentry, then it becomes really difficult for Terran to kind of respond to just seeing a Sentry. Just seeing the Sentry doesn't actually give any information. You need to see the tech in order to know the tech. Or you need to, you know, gather different clues. I just don't think there's going to be a whole lot of clue gathering in this particular game. Because, I mean, Beyond is not a detective. Or at least he doesn't have the equipment to become one. He's gonna go for a Hellion drop here, I think. Triple Hellion drop? Is that a possibility? He's gonna run across. What the hell is this move out? Well, Hero's been smoking something again. What the hell is this? This is an attack that even in Wings of Liberty people would look at it and go, ooh, kind of crazy. Doesn't manage to deny the low ground. Now these 5 Marines walk down. We're just gonna clear the Sentry. At the same time we have the Hellion on the other side, actually getting some kills. Yeah, I'm really not quite sure what Hero you could expect it to happen here. Like, what was the best case scenario? Like, you block this ramp for like 30 seconds. Hey, it's not a bad case. It's not crazy good, you know. You lost 2 workers at home to a Hellion and you lost your Sentry. It's really quite important in my opinion. Then again, who am I? 6 Marines are going to continue moving in. At the same time, we're going to have a double Hellion run by into the natural. As a tank Raven follow-up for Beyond. It's going to enter the main base. Let's take a look at the vision here. Recall towards the main. Beyond sees that, instantly goes in towards the natural. There's just a single Stalker. He should be capable of getting 4 or 5 worker kills here. He also should be capable of getting quite a few worker kills over here. And indeed, he's doing just that. Only has 2 worker kills with these Hellions. Way lower than I expected. Good control here out of Hero. So overall, losing 8 workers to this type of push. I'm not sure how proud I would be of that achievement. Do we have a prison with this? No, we don't. So even our counter-attack is not that serious, is it? It's going to be 6 Stalkers against 1 tank and 6 Marines. Okay, oh, okay, hallucination. Okay, that I do like. I really do like that, actually. Because there's not enough in position to deal with this. Oh, this is cool. This is cute. This might work. Tank now coming out. Stalker's having a good time. At the same time, Raven moving in forward. It's going to throw down an auto turret here. Will that attack the Sentry or go for something else? Sentry is going to fall. 2 SCVs already going down. Marine count is not just low, it's practically non-existent. We have 5 Marines out currently. Tanks now moving forward. These Stalkers need to move to the low ground. We're going to get 2 more shots here. 2 Stalkers go down. A full pull towards these Stalkers as the tanks, oh my god, dealing a lot of damage here. 1 more Stalker is gonna fall for certain. Question is, will 1 more go down afterwards? And the answer to that will be no. So 7 SCVs going down on Beyond side of things. But let's face it, no 3rd base. No charge has even started. No forge, no Templar archives. Is not looking good here for Hero. It is not looking good here whatsoever. I am not loving the vibes here that I'm seeing. Absolutely not. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. I really am not a fan of this. He's gonna get a Robo Bay plus Forge before 3rd base even. And we have a 3rd on the way here for Beyond as well. I love this drop. Oh, but there's tanks in position everywhere, so I actually don't love it anymore. Somebody that I used to love. It's not quite the lyrics, but it works. It's gonna get like half an SCV. Hey, Usually I'd be kind of happy with this. It's like, oh, nice, you know, you get some workers. And this is all free damage, don't get me wrong. Like, he's not really losing anything. He's killing a couple of workers. I guess he lost a stalker, but you get my point. You know, it's practically free. Okay, it's not paying a whole lot for it. Heavily discounted damage. But I don't feel like it's enough. I think Hero needs more. And maybe I'd even say a lot more. Like, Hero is in this really awkward spot right now where his tech is not that bad, but his infrastructure is not looking great. His eco is absolute dog water. This supply block out of Beyond is actually kind of saving Hero here, in my opinion. Without that supply block, I think Beyond is just running away with this game. This is a weird comp as well, by the way. What the hell? It's like 4 tanks, like 3 Marines and 2 Marauders. Okay, well, 5 Marines and 4 Marauders. Like, the tank count is very large, but the bio count is practically non-existent. We're gonna get a bit of a flank here. Target fire should be on the Colossus. Colossus is gonna fall. Yep, there we go. Can we take out maybe this Immortal as well, or a Sentry? Sentry goes down. 86 supply to 77. Worker counts are still very close. This is good for Beyond, because it means he's going to be outmining his opponent. Orbital command should start instantly, or the float should start instantly. I think actually if you have this level of oversaturation, I think it's probably better to go for the float before the orbital command, but I could be wrong about that. So you like get the command center to the 3rd base, so you can start short distance mining there rather than oversaturating your natural. But I could be wrong. I haven't actually done the math on it, but I think it's correct. Two tanks are here defensively. Hero's planning on taking a 4th base. He's down about 20 supply though. And he kind of needs a couple of extra gateways as well. So I think this supply gap is going to increase before it decreases, unless we're going to get a very good fight for Hero, which theoretically may be possible. Immortal actually putting in quite a bit of work. We'll get sniped here right now. Marines moving in forward. Control on this Colossus is good. That was a pretty okay fight, honestly, here for Hero. Did that well. Really did that quite well. 4th base now on the way. Yeah, we're still going to need some extra gateways right now. He's not actually taking a 5th, right? That would absolutely blow my mind in a negative way. Then my mind would actually just be blown. I have no mind left. Yeah, he's not taking a 5th. He really needs some extra gates though. Because the moment this base finishes, and let's face it, he's on 4 gases, he's going to be not capable of producing the entire time. Because he just doesn't have enough gates. That's something we need to kind of keep in mind here. That we might see some serious flotation coming out of him before these gates finish up. Okay, he's adding them now. I think going up to 10 gates at this point would not even be a mistake. It's scary, of course, to invest that much into the future when Beyond is so strong in the present. There comes a Disruptor. It's not going to hit a whole lot. 4 Vikings in the sky will hit quite a bit. Beyond moves in forward. Tank set up. 1 tank a little bit too far in the back. Even this tank is kind of far back. I really think this 2nd tank should move forward before Beyond commits to this position. It's lost all of his Vikings, bar 1. Okay, now we're going to move in forward. But the point of these tanks is to kind of protect the Vikings. You know, give them their safe space. At least that's what I think their goal should be. Making it hard for Stalkers to just blink in and snipe them, you know? Like that's what the tanks are for. So you kind of need them there from the start. Mine's now setting up for potential run-bys or flanks. More Marines coming in as well. Good position for Beyond. Very good position for Beyond. Ends up killing one of the Disruptors. You have a new energy recharge, I think I saw there on that Sentry. We're gonna clear this cooling tower. I'm not entirely sure about the purpose of this. Maybe so that... Oh, actually free retreat. That's cool. I do dig it. I do dig it. We don't have a 4th base yet here for Beyond, who is getting his 2-2 upgrades against just the +2 of his opponent. This is a big attack. Run by, Stalker, or whatever this is. Wanting to keep contact with his opponent's forces. Oh, if you can get this, that would be nice. That would be real nice. There we go. 2 medevacs going down. That is absolutely free. Big deal here, because the medevac count is not that healthy. Stalkers are going to continue pushing in forward, by the way. They're not done quite yet. There's quite a few Marauders here, though, so this feels scary. They're going to get 1 down. We're going to get a 2nd down. Target fire is good. Actually, this I felt like this was gonna go much worse here for Hero, but ends up being kind of okay. Ooh, his recall is scary though. Oh, the recall. That was not good. Marauders and Marines actually dishing out a lot of damage. We still have units over here as well. Beyond doesn't have a whole lot of extra supply, but he has quite a bit of extra army supply. This Colossus in a world of trouble. Should have actually died here had Beyond paid a little bit more attention. Tanks not sieged up is a huge blunder here. As a result, these Stalkers and Disruptors can actually scare this Bio army away. I think if these tanks are sieged up, you get some fat volleys in the middle of these Stalkers. Boy, you're freaking banging, if you ask me. What's going on over here meanwhile? We have 2-2 upgrades. Gonna get... What else are we actually getting? Prism over here. You're gonna fly out soon, or what's the play here, boss? Okay, it's gonna fly out. 5th base going up as well. Oosh. Fat hit. Another fat hit. Hell yeah. There we go, buddy. A couple of zealots are being warped in. This is a very good attack out of Beyond. I feel like he could have gotten more though. Does not get a lot of these workers. And he caught his opponent with his pants down, but then didn't do anything with it. I think Hero deserved a bit of a spanking there. But instead this pylon just got blasted. Quite a bit of damage on the Nexus. A lot of split target fire there. Not what you want in these situations when you're catching 20-25 probes just standing by themselves. You kill that, you're in a great spot. Even here, there's a good battle here as well for Beyond. Beyond fighting well on the right side. Beyond fighting okay on the left. Needs to be careful that he's not just going to get absolutely blasted here in the end as he pulls ahead in the supply at 62 workers against 51. 2-2 upgrades against 2-1 with 3-3 on the way as well. So I'm kind of digging the vibes here, to be honest. You know what? I really am digging the vibes here for Beyond. Had a lot of momentum in the past few minutes. Once 3-3 finishes up, he's going to be in a good spot. 4th base really needs to be here as well for him. And should be careful with these... Oh! He's gonna get this Colossus. No! Target fire accidentally switched there. Not a great look. Once again, he's gonna move in, kill 9 workers. This will cost him quite a bit though. Yeah, this was a painful trade here on the left side, but killed a bunch of workers. I think on the right side he's looking good as well. I think Beyond's just gonna walk in here and straight up win this game, no? As the setup that we've been having in this series so far kind of continues, where you know the Beyond pulls ahead by 1 and then Hero ties up the score. It seems like Beyond once again says, hey, you know what I really like? There's another game win. Give me that 3-2, buddy. And there's really not a whole lot Hero can do anymore right now. He's down in workers. He's going to be down in upgrades by 2. It's going to be 2-2 upgrades against 3-3. Double medevacs now boosting in towards the main base. Very epic. Love to see this. This is also lovely. You get an EMP somewhere? Oh, yeah, we can. Fat EMP here in the middle of those Stalkers. GG gets called. Beyond wins game number 5. Both players here opening up with a very fast scout in our 6th game. I'm not sure if this is a scout or a proxy. It's probably supposed to be a proxy, but I think that party has now ended for Beyond. I'm not sure what the plan was for Hero, but Hero just built a pylon at home. So maybe both players now quick scouting. Either way, I feel like Beyond's been playing exceptionally well with those drops today. Like just the constant dropping in between the bases, the back and forth. I'm really quite impressed by it. Like it really feels like that's how you're supposed to play this matchup. And I'm not sure if I'm surprised that Beyond doesn't do it every single game, but it feels like so far that whenever he is opened up with these more aggressive openers into 3 racks, rather than going for like a triple CC first, it's been kind of fine. Like he's been freaking good. But yeah, the drop play has been nothing short but of phenomenal. Gonna go for an eBay block here. We have a couple of probes, 5 probes here being pulled off the line. Cybernetic score is gonna come down at a very reasonable time as well. As Beyond played single gas. It was going to be a double gas build. Like that one, that should be obvious to everyone here with a brain, which should be all of you. All of you have a brain, hopefully. And if you do have a brain, now might be a good time to use that, by the way. Hit that subscribe button if you've been enjoying this series so far. It's the one way in which you help me the most. Like, wow, you're guessing 5 games? For us? Like, well, really for myself, but also for you guys. I hit the record button for you guys, okay? The casting is for myself. Just love hearing myself speak. So the recording is also a little bit for me, you know, when I'm old. You know how some people, they'll show like pictures, like achievements of things they did when they were young? I'm just gonna force my grandkids to watch my YouTube channels. Like download it onto a hard drive, like a server room, just filled with all of my content. Granddad, can we go outside? No! Watch me play this 150-year-old game. Alright. Do you like the video? Yes, Granddad, it was great again. Alright. So yeah, if you want to support that, then be sure to hit the subscribe button. Alright. Let's go. Alright. What is this? This is funny. That's what it is. Okay. If I'm hero here, and I scout full wall, no CC. But I've scouted with my probe single gas. Where is my mind going? Because I am not sure what I would be thinking. Okay? So I'm probably panicking a little bit. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I see no factory. Is this like extra proxy racks? Like maybe we're sending this out, or a probe to check around our base. Like is that what we want to do? Is it like, what are we trying to do here? He's gonna get a sentry and robo facility. This was a reaction, by the way. He saw the full wall, no CC, and he built a robotics facility. So I think Hero thinks that this is a one base all-in. We know that there's a natural. It's just in a weird position. Will Hero figure this out? That is the question. Will Hero figure this out? And what is the benefit right now for Beyond? Well, the benefit really is just going to be that Hero is confused. Hero's actually opening up with a prism. Does not have a battery here. I think Hero might not be buying this. I don't think Hero knows what's happening. But I also don't really feel like he cares. Yeah, probably something going on. What that is, well, God knows. Oh, there we go. 2 Marines being taken out. Good control there. He's gonna finish this. Sees no CC now, though. Look at that. Battery here, battery here. So he's getting a little bit worried. Okay, now he saw the SCV transfer. So he'll know that there's something here. He'll know. 3rd CC goes down in position. And this is freaking suicide, isn't it? This is absolute suicide. At the same time, maybe it's fine. Viking now coming out. A little bit of damage here on this drop. This base is gonna take some damage. Mines. Boop, boop. 4 kills. And both of them stay alive. Medevac in fairly good health as well. Forgot to leave any Marines in the main base though. That is a fairly weird mistake to make. Now forgot to leave Marines in the natural. Okay, you're gonna get a recall, so that is fine. Medevac took a bit more damage. This is a... What the hell is Hero doing? He's 2-basing. I think. I mean, he's definitely 2-basing. But what is the... Wait, what is this? Did you forget about these SCV? What are these guys doing? He's actually sending them? This is the weirdest triple CC I've seen in my life. What? He triple CCs to pull the SCVs away from the command center. On the list of things that don't make a lot of sense, this one ranks fairly high. What the hell is this push? I think he just walked into it. He just dug his own grave. He legitimately just dug his own grave. What the hell was this? What a ridiculous strat. Absolutely surreal scenes. I don't understand when you scout a fast robo, you know there's a prism on the map. Like, that is probably the best setup you can have against straight up pushes. And if you're playing fast triple CC, your opponent doesn't even have a third started yet, there's no follow-up attack. It has to be legitimately one of the worst calls one can make. Ooh, what is this? This is an eBay block, by the way. That's what this is. Absolutely. What the heck is going on over here? Why don't we have a barracks going up yet? This is a gas first. Into barracks in the wall, yeah. But what happened? But what actually happened here? Because this is really late for a barracks. 10... Is it 35? 135, I think this is gonna finish. Is that correct? No, my math is wrong, isn't it? I'm so bad at this. 20. It's gonna be very freaking slow. That's all I can say for now. It's gonna be like 138, 139. So this barracks is gonna finish about 7 seconds slower than it usually would. For whatever reason. I don't know why it was delayed by so much. I think Beyond might have made some mining mistakes in the early game. Like selected all of his workers, right-clicked them on a mineral patch or something like that. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And I guess this SCV being sent out early also delays it by a little bit. But either way, this Reaper is going to be out freaking slow. That means that this probe can be a little bit more annoying for quite a bit longer. eBay here as well. I don't know what this means. But it's very funny. Beyond is laughing 4 times. I would not be laughing if I made the same mistakes that Beyond did in the last game. I don't think anything would be funny for me anymore for a little while. Let me tell you. Nothing would be ha 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 ha. It would all be meh. Not nice. Forge. Factory now coming out. Adept, second gas, blah de blah de blah. Standard stuff. Alright, I'm not worried about any of this. We're gonna have a high ground CC, which is also understandable. I actually do kind of like that. Zealot is gonna move out. Okay, I haven't quite seen that one. Should not be capable of really achieving a whole lot. The only way the Zealot achieves something is if it gets boosted over by the Reaper grenade. That is really the only way I'm seeing this happen, alright? So here goes the Reaper. Double Marine starts instantly. Please don't get hit. Please don't get hit a second time. Okay, here comes the Adept. It's gonna get a shade off. Won't get the kill on the Reaper, obviously. I mean, the damage they're gonna deal here is... Oh no, please don't. If it would have flown over, that would have been a very bad thing to happen, let me tell you. Okay, this guy shouldn't die. Neither should this, by the way. Control needs to be solid as a result. Mine's now popping out. I'm gonna say hello to this Adept. Adept does not want to say hello back. It's gonna be mine, medevac. Reaper goes across. Reasonable play, if you ask me. This is a random pylon. I like the positioning of that. Oracle? Hell yeah. If this is a Phoenix, I'll be shocked. Oh! I'm shocked. What? Phoenix? Okay. Here it goes. Reaper gets in. Is not gonna get the scab. Sees how many adepts are there out? Like 4 adepts, 1 zealot. No second gate in the wall, but there is a second gate. So actually, I wouldn't be capable of making the read here if I'm the Terran player. Björn is kind of going in between Liberator plus Cyclone. So it's not like Cyclone Viking, which would be like the ultimate anti-Phoenix, but it's still fairly committed, you know? It's like, okay, there's probably air. Because otherwise you wouldn't get the Cyclone. Drop is going to make it in. We have 2 Phoenixes out. Ugh. Ugh. This is nasty. This is nasty in a bad way. This is real nasty in a bad way. Okay, we're gonna try to get a drop here. Oh my god, everything is just straight up dying. Yeah, this wasn't it. This was not it. Beyond in a world of trouble right now. Needs to get this Liberator pass somehow. I'd go far bottom. Rally over here. See if you can get maybe 4 or 5 kills. You can try to do it later as well, but most of the time when Hero clears something, he goes across the map with everything. That is his MO majority of the time. So I would send this across as well in this case. It's really important that he doesn't fly through pylon vision. If he flies through pylon vision, life is over as we know it. However, if he stays out of it, he might actually get a bunch of kills because this timing is going to be quite nice. Hero can't do anything here. Like, and nothing. Nothing is possible here for Hero, okay? Liberator moves in. It's going to get 4 kills here, at least. Oh, it's going to be 6. It's going to be 5. 4 kills. Okay. At least 4 is what I said. At least 4 is what it was. Oracle pops out as well. Has been spotted. Beyond believes that he can move across the map. I believe that he can move across the map as well, but I can't guarantee the results once he reaches the other side. Barracks 4 on the way. Barracks 5 starts. Oof. There goes some stasis wards. Moving on to the high ground. Tank now coming across as well. Combat shield like 15% in. Oh no, don't do this, buddy. Don't do this. It's not a good call. Okay, 41 versus 47. Stim hasn't even started yet. That's a mistake, I think. I think Beyond believes that it's already on the way. Yeah, look at this. His Stim is gonna finish up. He's gonna be like, wait, what is this? Hello? Okay, now he started. This is really odd. Stim takes so much longer than Combat Shield. Like, what is it, 21 seconds? Combat is 79, right? Yeah. Stim is 100. There you go. Okay. Okay. 3 more gates. We have a Robo. We have a Templar Archives. This is such an odd push. If this push had Stim, by the way, can you imagine how easy this would have been a win? Look how many units he has. He has so many Marines. This guy is the Marine machine. Stasis coming up. Always exciting. Hero is desperately wanting to kill something here. He needs to pick off these reinforcements, okay? This is not like optional anymore. This is the main quest right now. He's like only main quest left in this game. Charge is done, I hope. Yeah. I will enjoy this fight. It's gonna be... Oh, there's no Stim. This is such a weird battle. I don't think Hero knows that there is no Stim, because otherwise he probably would just be running in. This is just the weirdest little interaction that we're seeing here. Stim is about 30 seconds away from finishing right now. This is a nice wall. Here we go. Turret's actually pushing out a lot of damage. Oh, this is fine for Beyond. Oh, this is just fine, even without Stim. A completely Stimless push here coming in. Okay, as long as he doesn't just straight up walk into that stasis. Yep, there we go. He's gonna take out this base, and I think with that base, he's also gonna be taking out the chances of Hero winning this game. What a weird push out this was. What a weird game this was overall. I never really managed to understand what went on in this game. And I think neither did Hero. It's such a confusing setup. I think the 4 kills on the Liberator and the mining time lost were a very big deal. But it felt like Hero still should have been fine. Maybe going into charge from Phoenix just isn't it, especially if your third base isn't uber fast, you know? You're gonna need good eco because you have no tech whatsoever. If the Phoenixes don't deal any damage on the other side of the map. Yeah, Hero's down to 40 supply, GG's out, and Beyond is going to be on match point. Once more, we're getting an eBay block over here in game number 8 of this best of 9. Good lord. It has lasted a while already, and hopefully it will last a little longer. If we continue the pattern, then Hero is supposed to win this game, and Beyond is supposed to win game number 1. Of course, that's not quite how StarCraft works. It doesn't necessarily, you know, abide by the patterns. This was, as mentioned, eBay block with a gas first, it was. Reaper factory reactor is what we're fully expecting right now. We saw no scout. Is this correct? Did I see no scout here out of Hero? No scout. Sentry first. He's been keen on those sentry builds. I love that for him. And I think he is capable of playing everything with it, right? We've seen Robo openers, we've seen Twilight openers, we've seen Stargate openers. So where I feel like Beyond has like this insanely well thought out plan in the mid game and the early stages of the late game, with like this constant dropping, like legit playing how a Terran is supposed to. I feel like Hero has something special here as well. You know, like he has a really cool way of playing every single type of opener possible. The only thing we've missed is, I guess we haven't really seen a DT drop. But every other opener that would be even remotely considered viable, he's played. He's played Phoenix, he's played Oracle, he's played Blink, he's played Charge of 2 base. You know, he's legit done it all. So it is hard for me to imagine a style that he still needs to go for, and all of it with sentries as well. So frequently we've seen those sentries. This time he's going for is this double stalker, second gateway? I'm expecting there to be a third gateway at some point as well. If there's no third gateway, that would surprise me. Oh, he's going to go for a 4th gate unit. In that case, you can skip the 3rd gate. Look at that. High unit count very early on. Absolutely vital, by the way, that this thing doesn't fly into this mine. So the reason why I say that is vital is very simple. It's because you want to know whether this is a single mine into like a tank drop, or if it's like a double or a triple mine. It could also be a single mine into a factory starport swap and like a really quick Banshee rush. So there's a lot of options that Beyond could have gone for here. It doesn't necessarily mean that Hero is gonna die, but it means that there is a possibility that he would have died had Beyond played something else what he's playing right now. Because what Beyond is doing here is not very dangerous, to be quite honest. This looks like something that is not gonna work, like as a push. I'm not afraid for a Hero in this moment where Beyond's gonna walk across the map with like 16 Marines and a tank and a half. It's like, it just ain't happening here. It just ain't happening. Reaper does get 2 kills, which is kind of a big deal. Nexus is at a very reasonable time here. We get a scout. Once again, you see that barracks not done here. You're looking at the timer and you're adding those. I mean, there's no tech left, so you're adding like legit 2 minutes from here on out. Like, we're looking at the 7-minute mark for the first push coming in. That is going to be serious. The only thing you really have to worry about until then is minor harassment, and there is some potential for like a 2-tank move out, but I'm not expecting it here, and I don't think Hero is expecting it either. So this probe is scouting this Liberator, will be capable of getting out of the circle. That is just beautiful. There you go, buddy. There you go indeed. So Liberator gets spotted, that's important, and also gets some damage on it, also important. So it's not going to be capable of dealing any damage. We have a full Stalker move out across the map right now, so it is clear to me that Hero is keen to deal some damage. What do we have as a follow-up? 1, 2, 3. We have 1 gateway. This is kind of a weird follow-up, by the way. Usually we'd see a faster forge here, or we would see some type of tech, as we're on 3 gases. It kind of feels like Hero is playing a 2-gas build order, but just added in a 3rd gas. Blinking in here is kind of crazy. Like, into that tank. Oh, I love this, though. It's going to be 3 volleying that thing. It's going to be getting out of here. Lost... What was that? 4 Stalkers? 4 Stalkers, okay. For Stim and Tech Lab. Stim has been delayed by maybe 50 seconds as a result. I'm not sure how worthwhile that is, if I'm being honest. I don't know if that is necessarily a good trade. I think the overall position is very good for Hero, though. That's the only thing we really should be focused on, like the overall position. Prism coming out, we have a Forge on the way. The way that Hero builds stuff is in a kind of a weird order. Another thing that kind of bothers me is that Hero hasn't added any tech yet, which means he's most likely going into a push, but now he's adding the tech. I feel like this could have been built much quicker. He had a lot of cash in the bank, a lot of gas in the bank for a long time, but he hasn't really utilized. Marine is moving downstairs. We have a Fort Assimilator here as well. And we're going up to, 5 racks. Makes sense. The 3rd CC is about to finish up too here. So what are we waiting for? Waiting for a move out, really. That's it. It's not that difficult. This thing finishes up. It's a fast armory as well. It's gonna straight going into 2-1. I think Beyond's actually gonna be playing super passive here. The way that he's setting this up is the gameplay of a passive player here. The gameplay of a passive player. He needs to find this. It's very important for him to see this observer. If the toss knows at all times where you are, it's gonna become difficult A to push out, B to defend. Those are really the only things that matter in StarCraft, so it just sucks. It's going to be an important scan to get right. But yeah, it's good. Good stuff. A couple more observers already coming out, though. 2 observers are on the map, kind of randomly positioned. Good vision as well over here on the bottom side and the top, so... I mean, Hero is in complete control. Beyond, I don't think is allowed to do anything for the next minute and a half, 2 minutes. Like, he's probably just going to be sitting back for a long time right now because, let's face it, he had a poor early game. Hero got away with a lot. Or I guess he got away by having, having very little. And thus his eco is quite good right now. We have this fort base that's already done. Beyond, if I were, whispering into his ear right now, it would be kind of weird. But if that was the case, I'd be whispering, wait for 2-1. Okay, let's just wait until we have like 6 to 8 Vikings. I want like 180 supply, I think. And then we can consider, moving out on the map. I don't really want to fight before that. This type of fight I can take. You can always come back to these tank positions. I wouldn't have minded if he had built this command center just a little bit quicker, by the way. I actually think that would have been a decent call. Because you're optimizing for this +2. So either you build it after you move out or you build it way earlier, right? But not like just before you move out. I think that makes the least sense out of everything. Because then you're cutting a bit into your production and you don't have it early. Either way, let's see if he's actually going to plan on moving out. So if I were him, I'd be wanting to cancel a base right now. Like, you're going to have a very large army. But actually, his Viking count is pretty mediocre. Why is that? I could swear that he would have like 6 to 8 Vikings right now, but he only has 2. In that case, moving out on the map is suicide. There's also only 2 Colossus though. Hero is actually going to be moving into this position, which could work. Viking count is so low. I'm surprised by how low this Viking count is. If you have 6 to 8 Vikings here, like, you're wrecking this. You're absolutely destroying it. It's not even going to be remotely close. Like, even now, this was an okay fight for Beyond. It wasn't great, but it was fine. Like, these Vikings really need to stay alive. Okay, loses 1 more. This is not good. Colossus are quite powerful if they have a lot of padding in front of them. Here comes a Disruptor shot. It's not going to connect. We saw that War Prism getting sniped before it finished up. SCV's now being pulled off the line. Colossus still dishing out a lot of damage. 12 kills and 17 kills shared between these 2 bad boys. A lot of that is going to be SCVs and Marines. There's going to be some Marauders and Ghost in there as well, though. This is very, very painful right now for Beyond, and we're continuing the pattern 4-4 as we'll be heading into the final map of this best of 9. And King's Cup will be the final battleground of these 2 absolute titans of StarCraft 2. When I think about this map, I get a bad feeling in my stomach here for the Protoss player. For 2 reasons. 1, it's Beyond's turn to win a game, and 2, this is a map with quite a bit of dead space, so kind of dropping in between from base to base is quite simple, to be honest. There's a lot of quick paths as well. Like, you pick up here, you fly in, you're there in like 2 seconds, it's a boost away. You're always like a boost away from being a real scary Terran player. Well, it's of course the same for Terrans, right? Like, Terrans also need to protect their bases from prisms, but I feel like prisms, although they're deadly to workers, they're not often as deadly for the entire, the entire race. Like, it's not like this entire Terran base is gonna get ripped apart by 4 Zealots. Well, like, a triple drop often does deal some serious damage if it ends up getting in, So, yeah, I don't know. It feels to me like this map is quite good for Beyond's preferred style. And he's gonna open up with a triple gas. Imagine that, it just takes a 3rd gas on the low ground, starts long distance mining. Freaking battlecruiser rush, there we go, buddy. That's a banger. Oh, This is a build and a half. This really is. We'll talk about it in a bit. For now, let's think about what hero can do. So, this map has a very important feature. Well, it's many important features, but look at this machine. Fop, fop, fop. In order to wall this off, you're going to need 7 gateways and a nexus, and thus it's not very viable to wall off in the early stages of the game. That makes the build that Beyond is playing relatively good. He's opening up with a reactor first, and he's most likely going to be going into either a 2 Reaper Hellion opener or a 4 Reaper Hellion opener. 4 Reaper 2 Hellion opener. That's honestly what I'm expecting. 4 Reaper 2 Hellion. I think Hero should know that, and he's most likely going to open up with Stargate and Oracle. That would be the best case scenario for Hero, and I guess the worst case scenario then for Beyond. Because Beyond's going to be investing an absolute crap ton here into those Reapers. Get scouted. I'm not sure if Hero realizes what this means. I don't think he necessarily does. Nah, he should. I mean, if he doesn't, that's on him. Okay, now he definitely knows because he saw double Reapers. If he opens up with a Phoenix, I'll be shocked. Okay, he's going to go for the battery approach. So then it might be Phoenix. So this is one way to deny damage in your main base, is by just having a battery there. Like, that is a completely viable thing to do. Okay, that is not something that I laugh at or make fun of. I think this is a completely okay play to make. Yeah, he's going to go for Oracle as well. So he's doing both. It's the ultra safe approach. Battery in the main, plus Oracle. He could actually go for a counter attack here with these 2 adepts. He's going to try that. He might just lose all of them, though. It would be kind of crazy. Okay, 1 Reaper goes down. Second Reaper is not even going to... Yeah. Wow. Okay, 2 adepts for 1 Reaper. That is a bad trade deal there, my friend. Ay, ay, ay. Resources lost. It tells just a little bit of the story here, because the real story is that it means you're down 2 adepts in damage output. It's not going to be the end of the world, because we have an Oracle with a lot of freaking damage here. But, yeah. Oh, he's going to dive, he's going to dive, he's going to dive. Oh, do I like this? I don't know if I like this. I would want 5 workers for this amount of units, ideally. But we also got 3 adepts. And we got 3 workers. Resources lost. I guess it's a little dependent on what the follow-up is going to do. Out of both players, really. So it's Oracle, Oracle... Phoenix? Am I seeing that right? Oracle, Oracle, Phoenix. Okay, I dig it. Cyclone here is not quite catching this Oracle. Ooh, there we go. You see that, right? You see that, buddy? You see that? Okay. What? What? Why would you do that? Oh, Oracle's taking a lot of damage here, by the way. Second Oracle now shows up. Dude, this is awful. Cyclone should have locked onto this Oracle, by the way, not onto the Adept. He got greedy. That's allowed. This Oracle getting caught in the stasis could have had some detrimental consequences, but instead it's honestly quite fine. Double Oracle is going to boost on the map, wants to find these Oracles. Sorry, double Oracle. Double Cyclone wants to boost on the map, find these Oracles. It's going to be charged as a follow-up, I think. It's a relatively large map, so it should be doable. Okay, it's just boosting away, so he doesn't want to be caught again. Dude, if you're a hero, you have to be so freaking careful, because if 1 Cyclone locks, even for like a millisecond, life is gonna suck. Because you're just gonna die. Dying sucks. Revelation on the bunker, as these bad boys gonna move forward. I don't think Beyond is expecting something like a triple Cyclone behind this. Which... fair play, you know, who would expect something like that behind it? A triple Cyclone, Jesus, keep misspeaking. Triple Phoenix behind this. Because if there's triple Phoenix and you fly in, then you're going to lose both of your Cycloners, which would really suck. I prefer Stasis Ward here over Revelation, by the way. Yeah, I think this is correct. Okay. Ooh, you managed to escape here? Pylon? What is this for? That's all I want to know. That is really all I want to know. This thing's gonna boost towards the top. Puff, puff. Pylon goes down. It's a good catch here for him. So the thing that I'm mostly worried about... What is it actually that I'm mostly worried about? If I'm a hero here, what am I scared of? I have what? 3? I have 4 gateways. I'm adding in 2 more. I'm gonna have an insane Phoenix count. How many he has? He has 7 Phoenixes, 2 Oracles. You know what I'm afraid of? It's not the first push. It is the second push that I'm scared of, actually. That's what I'm afraid of. This doesn't scare me, because I think I can overwhelm this. But once there's like 6 mines and like 135 supply of units, I think that scares the crap out of me, to be honest, if I'm hero here. Because look how late this tech is going to be. It's going to be super late. Hero really wants to fight ASAP. He really does. Cyclone active, wants to do something. Okay, here we go. Gets a lift here on this Cyclone. We get a... Oracles taking a little bit of damage. They're the same control group, by the way. They just keep moving forward. Kind of weird. Look at that. This entire air group is just the same. That means that these Oracles, they tank a lot of damage. It's kind of risky because Oracles are super pricey and not necessarily very tanky. This is an okay fight for Beyond, given how much worse I think it could have been. But this is kind of what Hero wants. At the same time, Hero does not have a fort base yet. He does not have a robotics either. Yeah, he's working towards it now. He's getting a fort and a robotics. He has a Templar archive, so he can morph in Archons. There we go. Oh! Nice control on that Viking. Very nice control on that Viking. Killing one of those Phoenixes with the help of a mine. Okay, we have a turret here. Ooh, these medevacs are in trouble. Not just could be. At least one of them is gonna die, I think. Yeah, there you go. Maybe even both. Turret is way too far back. Yeah. Well done. Nice control here on the Phoenixes, making sure that he's getting some value out of them. Both mines are going to get picked up as well. We still have a Marauder here to clear, but instead we're going to get a recall. We have a good army defensively for Hero. I think this is too big of an army. Yeah. Good scan. There is a stasis here. If he walks through it, then that would suck. He doesn't walk through it. What's the Zealot count here? 24. 24 Zealots. That's a lot of Zealots. You want to get rid of those because Zealots are god-awful. Oh, there goes number 1. And there goes kind of number 2. A great start of the fight. You're going to need another Revelation here to try and deal with these miners, you know? Okay, catches 2. There's one more here. Oh, it's actually going to get a kill. Dude, this freaking sucks. You just keep bleeding out these Phoenixes. I'm not even sure if he can attack into this. Actually, I'm pretty sure he can't. We have now 3 Ghosts in production. Extra Assimilator on the way as well. We have a secondary Forge, as this Prism is about to finish up. I feel like Hero is going to attack. But it's been feeling like that for a while. Like, Zealots, they don't really scale well into a later stage of the game, you know? They actually don't scale well at all into the later stage of the game. Once Ghosts are out, the mine count is the only thing that's really lacking. We have 6 mines. None of them are really with this army. There's like 2 in the back. If you have like 4, 5, 6 mines here, you hit your EMPs. Hey, Hero's army doesn't stand a chance in that case. He's going to need to wait for Colossus. The problem is that you're already going to have some Vikings out. Once again, by the way, look at the production here on the starport. It's extremely slow. We're lacking some serious Viking production here in this game. Just like in the previous one, we see Beyond focusing on everything but Vikings. I think this is a mistake. I know this is a mistake. This is not an opinion, this is a fact. Okay, like this is just bad. You need to focus on Vikings against Colossus. And there's so many Phoenixes that, in a way, if you're playing against Phoenix into Colossus, it's kind of comfortable to open with a lot of Vikings. Because worst case scenario is you're going to kill your opponent's Vikings. Or your opponent's Phoenixes, you know, with your Vikings. So they always have a use. They always are useful. And you're already prepared in case Colossus come out, you know? So that feels comfortable too. This army is in a weird spot right now, eh? What the heck? Okay, here we go. Do you pick up? He's just fighting. Now he's gonna pick up. Honestly, if this pickup was a full pickup, then this would have probably been a pretty decent trade. This observer is pretty important right now for Hero. 5th base on... Wait, he's skipping a base. He accidentally blocked himself with this pylon. Nice. 4th base coming in. 3 more. What's the freaking Viking count? None. There's none. 0 Vikings. He's playing pure ground bio. This is a very odd playstyle. And I actually think Hero has a decent timing as well. So if Hero goes for a 2-2 timing with thermal lands, we're going to be in a situation in which he'll be up 2 upgrades, which is a pretty big deal. He has an okay army as well. It's not great, it's okay. Zealots now are gonna... What are they doing? What the hell is this? Like, actually, what in the world is this? Okay, he's gonna try to fight here. We get another stim in there. Yeah, EMPs on everything. These are not fights. These are slaughters. Absolute slaughter. Just walking in there. It's completely taken to Pound Town. Time after time again. Hero does not like it in Pound Town, let me tell you. Not down for it. Doesn't mind if he's the one driving the train, but... Choo choo, Beyond's in charge, baby. There we go again. Couple of zealots. They're just boosting in forward there. Jesus Christ, that was a blink and a half too. We still only have 2 Vikings, which is a really low number of Vikings. I can't stop stressing that enough. We have a 2nd starport and still no Viking production whatsoever. We have ship weapons actually already done. Ship weapons, and this guy has built 3 Vikings in total in this game. That is crazy. Now that is... That's a crazy thing to say. Okay, here come more zealots. This type of zealot count is just not good once there's more than 2 ghost out. It really ain't. It ain't good. It ain't nice. Okay, here we go. Got a full stim. A full stim. This is an important race here on the depot. On the depot. Okay, splits his army in 2 portions. It's a good split as well. Still no Viking. He's just... I think this is really a blunder. This is Blunder Town, baby. That's the next stop. After Pound Town, he drives himself to Blunder Town. I don't think Hero can fight here right now, though. Hero would like to be here for a little bit longer. Because if Beyond's army gets on the map in a split setup, good luck fighting that with Disruptors. So this is like kind of the transition period with Disruptors, where you really want to be on the map, but you don't have enough to actually be allowed on the map. So you're just like kind of pretending like you're strong. It's like, oh look, I have 2 Disruptor shots, wow. Beyond's like, oh cool. Back on the train with you. The Pound Town. These Disruptor shots are actually quite nice. This is a good trade. Probably because half of Beyond's army is just kind of idling on the top. Beyond really wants to go for army splits right now. Like, this is a key moment to go for army splits. But it can be scary to kind of move on the map like that. Ooh. Beyond's gonna get a surround of a lifetime if he goes now. But he wants to bait. Wait, Beyond wants to base. Feels like it, no? This is awkward as hell. This is such an awkward fight. Beyond is kind of chasing this army. He's gonna stim him forward right now. Will be capable of catching this. Here we go. What a flank. What a flank. Colossus in some trouble. Disruptor shots hitting in a big way, though. Zealots are pretty much gone. Do we have another warp in here for Hero? Or is this just going to be it? That flank was phenomenal. Disruptor count is dropping, but here come... How many Zealots is that at once? 17! 17 gateways are on the map. And Hero still has a lot of cash in the bank. He's up 2 upgrades right now. There's not a big enough ghost count, and it means that these Zealots actually will be capable of doing something for once. I think that Beyond overcommitted just a little bit there. He had a great fight. If he would have pulled back, he would have had good supply and reset his opponent's good unit count. And he could have waited for his 3-3 as well. Then you wouldn't have been fighting down 2 upgrades. For a second I thought Beyond was going to push in and win, but the 17 gates are an absolute game changer. Here we go. Zealots moving in forward. That's should be about 34 Zealots. There's still 30 left remaining that are running in. 192 supply here. against 120. And beyond, despite winning the first game every single time, pulling ahead 4 times, it was the 5th time when it mattered that he didn't deliver. And Hero's going to take this series with a 5-4 score. What a best of 9 this was. Very fun games, holy crap. Some insane play out of Beyond. Some really cool strats out of Hero. This was an extremely enjoyable Protoss versus Terran. Non-predictable, high execution levels. Sign me up for the best of 15 when it hits. Because boy, this was sick. If you thought this was also sick, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me by far the most out of anything you can do for me. Except, of course, sending me 5 million euros. That also would be great help. But if you don't have 5 million to spare, subscription. You know, this goes a long way. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this tremendously. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Bye-bye.